Isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? I love getting texts right before the show starts. Bry, how you doing, brother?
Fantastic, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It was a great weekend to top off, and then we had a great, beautiful day today here in Cleveland. Can't beat it. 78 degrees, nice breeze off the lake, just a gorgeous day. And then we just kicked the fucking baseball around the ball field today, and we end up losing 2-1 to the Detroit Tigers in the wild card game. By the way, the Guardians made it to the wild card. Bry, they won the division. First team ever to come back 15 and a half games back to win the division. And how they won the division, first off, was to clinch the wild card berth, Bry, a hit by pitch. And then to clinch the division, they already clinched it, but they won it outright with a extra innings rookie home run off the foul pole. Talk about guards ball, huh?
Oh, it was sweet. I mean, part of me was after the Browns game and everything. I was down because it was such a great sports weekend with big football games, the Ryder Cup, baseball coming down to the end, and then after the Browns game, my thought was, this great sports weekend, and all I have to show for it, the best moment of the weekend was a guy getting hit by a baseball. That was the highlight of the weekend up until the Rocchio home run. So, thank you to him for at least giving me a memorable moment from the weekend.
Yeah, Mike just chimed in here. Tomorrow it's win or go home. So it's a quick three-game series. If they win tomorrow, they play again on Thursday. Tanner Bybee is on the bump tomorrow against Mize, I believe. Mike, confirm that for me. I think Mize is pitching tomorrow. Normally we start out our show with shout-outs and all that stuff. I'm going to talk guards ball before we do trivia. But because it's fresh right now, Casey Mize starts tomorrow. Bry, I vented, and I don't vent that often on social media, especially on our X page and all that stuff. And Flaherty is on Thursday, okay? But, with a team that hits, besides Ramirez, besides Quan, everybody's hitting around, let's be honest, 230 or less, right?
I looked up, I actually looked it up. I forget what day it was. I think it was Friday or Saturday. I was looking at the box score, and I knew we had those two guys. I go, what about our third best hitter? What's our third best hitter hitting? Yeah, 234 is our third best hitter,
that's probably Manzo, right?
I don't even know. He might be below that. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Rocchio or Arias or something. I can't remember.
So here's what I got to bitch about, Brian, and I talked to you a little bit about it before the show came on. You're going up against the Cy Young winner today in Skubal. He's going to pitch great. He did. I think he had like 14 strikeouts or some shit like that. He pitched great. Okay. But the one thing you cannot do in the playoffs is mess up defensively. They had Jonkinzie Noel on first base. They had J-Rod out in right field. And those two errors that they did today cost you this game. They cost you this game because of those two blunders. A routine play out in right field that you bobbled. And then whatever the hell Noel did at first base. I don't even know why Noel's playing first base right now. I'm going to bitch even more. I don't care about this lefty-righty bullshit. I don't care. Your team is batting 220. What does it matter if he's batting 180 against left-handers? It don't freaking matter right now. You need to have your best players out in the field playing your best defense that you can. And Vogt was playing matchup. I don't care about matchup. I don't care. John Kinsey Noel, one time he'll hit a home run. Did you see the strikeouts he had today, Bri? It was fucking embarrassing. 3 straight changeups, and all of them were at his ankles and in the other batter's box, and he struck out on 3 straight pitches. Embarrassing.
I was listening to it on the radio, and a couple times I remember hearing Hammy say, they swung at that one. That one was in the opposing batter's box. So, but yeah, you're right. 3 straight pitches up and down. I think to cut them just a little bit of slack, and it looks terrible now, so I'm not going to make excuses for them. But the thought was, I don't even know if it was matchup based, and I'm sure it was because they have analytics and everything. But they're just looking for somebody to get instant offense, to get one home run. Like, didn't Noel get a home run off Scooble not too long ago? So they're just looking for that one swing of the bat. They might even tell him, hey, go up there and just try to knock it out of the park. Be safe, be smart, but yeah, swing for the fences. I don't know, because in a game like today, one home run is probably going to be the difference in the game. Now, they probably weren't thinking that they would have these blunders like you were talking about, and that would eventually cost us the game. But it didn't sound good. It didn't sound great listening to it. Because there's strike 1, there's strike 2, and strike 3. You're not even working the count. Three straight pitches, and you're sitting down, you're flailing at all of them. So in hindsight, not a great move.
The one person that did work the count was the one guy batting 160 all year, who's your 33-year-old catcher who got 2 walks today. Like,
how about that?
Like, come on. I'm just frustrated because so far, okay, here's the rule of thumb. In this shortened version of wild card playoffs, what they got now, every team that has won the very first game has gone on to win the series. Every team, whether it be a 2-0 sweep, or I think 2 or 3 of them went to the third game. That's it. You needed to win this game. You had to win this game, because now I don't know what you're going to do with it, because you're behind the 8 ball. I'm not saying Mize is a great pitcher, but obviously your offense is not there. I mean, we need another stellar performance from our starter, because Gavin Williams pitched his ass off today. So Bybee is going to have to light it up tomorrow, and then leave it for Saccone for the third game. But I need to see a spark from this offense. And it seems like every time that we play, like we get a spark when we're playing Minnesota, when we're playing the AAA teams. But it just seems like we just can't catch a game against Detroit where we can go, score 6, 7, 8 runs against them. It's always a 4-1 game or a 3-1 game. And you're not going to win many games like that, especially when you're committing the errors that they did today in the field. You cannot commit those 2 errors today. You can't.
But let's have a little perspective. I know we're all down on the offense, but today you went against the best pitcher on the planet. So most people picked the Tigers to win this series because in a 3-game series, best of 3, you only have to win 2 games. You have the best pitcher on the planet pitching for 1 of those games. And so, we've had his number the last couple times, primarily because once he was out of there, we got to their bullpen. And we had our chances today in the 8th and 9th inning. But yeah, you figured Scooble's going to go 7 strong. You'd be lucky to get a run, maybe 2. And then you just got to hope that you can make the best of those 4 or 5 outs that the bullpen's going to be throwing at you. So, yeah, I mean, it's easy to get down on the offense, and they look pretty bad today. But yeah, let's remember that we're going against the best pitcher that baseball has to offer today. So it was going to be an uphill battle. The fact that we lost it the way we did with those 2 fielding blunders, and having that opportunity in the 8th with Naylor up there, having the opportunity in the 9th, run around 3rd, nobody out. Yeah, that's maybe what you should be most frustrated about, because all you can ask for when you're going against Scooble is to have a chance in the eighth and the ninth inning when he gets out of there. And we had our chances, and we needed one guy. We had two guys coming up. We needed one of them to hit a pop fly to the outfield, and we couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
if you can't do that, I mean, that's your opportunity right there. They gave you an opportunity by throwing it away and letting Jose Ramirez get all the way to third. All you had to do was hit a fly ball to the outfield, and we're going to extra innings, and Scooble's out of there, and you're tied up. So, yeah, we can say, woe is us. We have to play the best pitcher in baseball. But once he's out of there, you're still in the game, and you had opportunities to tie it up and take it extra innings. And then, you had a major advantage had you done that, because you're at home and you steal the momentum from them. But just didn't work. So all you have to do is win 2 in a row. It's not like you're down 3-0 or something in a best of 7 series. Just have to win 2 in a row. You're at home. You should have the advantage tomorrow, I would think, with Bybee on the mound.
Yeah, you should. And the crowd, kudos. It was a sellout crowd, and they were going nuts. Like, I had to listen to it too on the radio for a little bit. Brian, there was times that you couldn't even hear part of the broadcast. That's how loud it was rocking in there. And especially when Martinez got the first score, the ball's on that guy to take that leap down to the home. I'm telling you what, the place was rocking. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and just cheering on this team, especially these bullshit 108 baseball games, Brian. Hey, nothing says Detroit and Cleveland like 108 baseball games, but hey, guess who's playing tonight? The Dodgers in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Maybe if one of the other games is a sweep and we take it to a third game, they might bump us to like a 3 or 4 o'clock start, which would be great. But yeah, 1 o'clock, it's tough. I woke up at 3:15 this morning to try to get in a full day's work and get home for the game, and I got home in like the 8th inning or something. So they just go by so fast. If you're not home by 2:30, you're just going to be catching the tail end. But it turned out today that was the prime time to see it, was those last 2 innings when we had a chance to tie it up.
Well, hopefully they do better the next 2 games. Obviously, we are not going to be talking about it. I mean, Brian, do you think the Guardians are going to squeak this one out and take this wild card and move on to the next round?
I don't see why not. Got to keep the faith, right? It's not like we're going against the Yankees on the road. Like I said, we're probably going to be favored tomorrow. If you can win that game and then you get a deciding game 3 at home, I'll take my chances. But there's been so much about momentum between us and the Tigers over the last couple weeks, and I feel like they stole it back a little bit today. But a lot of people were expecting that with Scooble going. So, the Indians, the Guardians seem to play their best when their back's at the wall, and they've overcome a ton this year. So I'm sure they're not sweating it. We just got to get the bats going a little bit, get that home crowd into it, and I feel pretty good about it.
All right, I'd have felt a lot better if it was got the win today, but.
Oh, yeah, it would have been huge. I mean, we would have been throwing dirt on their grave if we found a way to win today, because they gave us this was their best shot. Today was their best shot to win a game. And had they not beaten us, they would really be hurting. We could probably almost pack their bags for them tomorrow. But they did what they had to do, put the pressure back on us a little bit. But, I can't imagine Vogt and any of those guys in the clubhouse are freaking out, because like I said, you just got to keep perspective. Yeah, we didn't have a great day at the plate today, but there's a reason for that. We're not going to see that guy again this series. So go back to doing what we've been doing to the Tigers over the last couple weeks.
All right, thanks for talking me off the ledge, Brian, because I was a hot one today. I was a hot one today.
It's fine. It's going to get easier. Today was the toughest. Now, I'm not saying we'll absolutely win. Bobby could go up there and give up 4 runs in the first inning or something. But yeah, I feel good. Today was the day that you're like, I don't know if we got a chance. The way the game played out, it played out exactly how the Guardians needed it to play out. And
I
you just
know.
didn't win the game. You just didn't win, and it's because of your blunders in the field. And so yeah, that's why it's a little disappointing. Um, but I'll let you. Final thoughts, if you want. I got something that even goes back to last week that I was going to ask you about that kind of bothers me, and nobody's really talking about it.
Go ahead. What is it?
Oh, well, David Fry getting hit in the face.
Yes.
Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. And I'm not saying that Scooble intentionally did it, but
Oh no. That was
no, I don't. Right, I don't think he did. But
No.
these guys are taught when somebody squares to bunt, you throw high and inside to them, right?
Yes.
Take that out of the game. Why is that in the game? Why is that? Why are you taught that? And I liken it to this, to college football targeting.
Okay.
No, nobody's trying to hurt anybody when they're targeting, but that's just what they do. But there's a punishment for it. You should be thrown out of the game and you should be suspended for doing that. That'll stop these guys. Scooble has the best control out of anybody around.
But if you
so
look
he threw it where he wanted to. Maybe it was an inch inside to where he wanted to. He's taught to throw that high and inside, and then when you do that, you risk guys getting hit in the face. Why are we allowing this? I know the baseball purists say, well, that's just what you do. The guy is out 2 months with a broken face just because that's what you do. Take it out of the game. Treat it like targeting. Throw that guy out of there. They'll stop doing it, and we'll go on with the day, but guys won't be getting. Yeah, that was just brutal to watch. 99 miles an hour to the face. Unneeded.
Just like taking ham to the face, buddy. Just like taking ham to the face. No, with Scooble that day, okay, I'm not going to advocate for what happened, but Scooble that day did not have his pinpoint accuracy like he normally does.
Do you think that wasn't intentional that he threw inside to him?
No. Because at that point in time, because when Fry squared around to bunt, Scooble was already releasing the ball, so he was coming inside to begin with. So it wasn't, I don't think it was intentional, and we'll find out. Let's see here. Fellows, a depressed and disappointed organization after the day. Yeah, here's another one. But with that pitch, Fry, if you go back, and God, I hate looking at it, Fry was a mere half inch away with that hitting the bat.
But still, it was right at his face.
I understand it was right at his face, but if you saw Scooble's reaction afterwards,
I'm not talking about. Like I said, I don't believe he's trying to hit him in the face.
Yes.
But I liken it to college football targeting. Guys aren't trying to knock out these guys, but there has to be punishment. You have to change the way that you're playing it. When you see a guy squaring to bunt, you got to throw it down the middle. Don't be throwing it high and inside like they are taught. You got to take that out of the game. And I wish more people were talking about it, but everyone's just like, yeah, well, that's just what you're taught to do. That's just what you do in baseball. Well, yeah, in football, you're taught to missile and take out the guy going across the middle, the wide receiver, and dislodge the ball any means necessary. Mm-hmm. Well, they're trying to change that. They're trying to make the game safer. So why is baseball not even having a conversation about this?
Well, Brian, I'm not trying to be devil's advocate or anything else.
No, but you're more of a baseball fan than I am. But from somebody on the outside looking in, I look what football's doing, trying to make the sport safer. And baseball, this is something that was brutal to watch. You said you saw it. I didn't even really see it. I saw it maybe once or twice, and then I'm like, I don't want to see that again. You can take this out of the game if you give them a consequence for doing something like this. Whether they're trying to or not, these guys get thrown out of games. They're not trying to hurt anybody, but they're going to think twice next time. Okay, I better. We're talking about split-second decisions here, but you can clean it up. You can try, especially with guys like Scooble, who's the best in the world at what he does. If he wanted to throw it down the middle or throw it outside to make him reach for it, he could. He's taught going high and tight when they're going to bunt.
And I get that, Bri, but you also can factor in that Brian, watching these pitchers nowadays, there's times that they don't even control the pitches. Like, look at some of the curveballs that these guys try to throw, and it just slips right out of their hands. And I'm not saying that's
This
what
wasn't a
happened.
curveball. This wasn't a curveball.
I understand that. I'm not saying that this was a fastball. I get it was a fastball. But he could have missed his location. And also, Brian, it's almost – I understand when you say, like, you're supposed to pitch high and tight, especially when somebody squares the bunt. And I get that. And that's definitely way too high and tight to begin with. But if you look at the past injuries and people getting hit, it's very rare, and I mean very rare, that the head is involved. Now, shoulder, arm, hip, ass, that gets pegged all the time. Legs. But that high and tight, I really do think he missed spot, and I agree with you. Something should be done about that, and somebody should come out and be like, he didn't even get a warning from the umpire, which he probably should have got after that pitch. He should have been like, all right, we're not doing this anymore. You throw one like that again, you're gone. Somebody said, or a fine. Yeah, here, Derpy Entertainment says, play without a warning or a fine. You could have fined him for throwing that high and inside. But watching his natural reaction afterwards, he did not. And the way he reacted, I don't think he even meant to come in that close to David Fry. Like, because, hey, and especially for him, to hop in Stephen Vogt's truck after the game and ride to the hospital to talk to David Fry and check in on him, talk about a good dude right there. That is amazing for him. Like, he reached out to the organization. Stephen Vogt said, here, I'm going to check on him right now. You can ride with me. He actually got in the truck, rode with Stephen Vogt to the hospital to check on David Fry. You don't hear many people doing that these days, Bry, and especially that. And he found out that Fry was okay. But no, I agree. These high and inside pitches, you might want to kind of take a closer look at that, MLB, because if that was, let's just say it, if that was Shohei Ohtani that took one to the face, think something would change. Or I don't know, dare I say Aaron Judge take one to the face? I'm sure some things would be changed. But since we're a small market team, it won't.
There would at least be a conversation about something needs to be done. I haven't heard anybody at all bring up they need to look at this. And yeah, I'll say it again, it's just like targeting in college football. You can say he didn't mean to go high and tight, that high and tight. Guys get thrown out of games. They don't mean to have the hits that they have, but it's the consequences of your actions. So we all hate it when it happens, but the Guardians are out without one of their most clutch players for this entire postseason. After Jose and Quan, we got nobody. Let's call it for what it is. Yeah, Manzardo's having a nice year, but he has no postseason experience. I know Fry hasn't been great this year, but I trust him more than any other person not named Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez this postseason game. So we're without that guy to give us one swing of the bat. He's basically part of the reason that we beat the Tigers last year, and his Game 4 performance, having that home run in Detroit, keeping us alive. So without him, it's hard to love our chances. I still give us a chance, but guys like that, it sucks. We're going to be without them, and it's because of a play that could be avoided if they gave a damn about player safety.
Yeah, I still think that I don't think that he meant to go that high and inside.
I don't either. But there need to be consequences for doing that. I'm not saying he meant to. But yeah, guys get penalties in the NFL for doing things that they don't mean to all the time.
But that makes a different meaning of taking a baseball to the face and a legal ham to the face, bud. Boy, hey, I even heard it last night during the football games, Monday Night Football. I heard the illegal hams to the face.
Happens every week.
All right, let's get into God. I don't even want to talk about them. Let's do our trivia first, Bry, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. I know we skipped a whole bunch of shout outs and stuff like that, but we actually have sports news that is happening at the minute, and it's not that often that we got a playoff game that happened today, and we get to kind of react to it live, a couple hours after it. So, all right, Brian, trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. I'll play the sounder here. Please go adopt a dog like this beautiful puppy right here. Also, there's an event coming up, which I will bring up next week for City Dogs. They have an event coming up that everybody should go check out. Please support them if you can. If you cannot adopt a city dog, please volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a city dog. And Brian, tonight, got you some football trivia just for you.
Oh, nice.
Let's play the sounder and let's get into it. All right, rumors are swirling, Bri. Rumors are swirling here in Cleveland. Rizzo said sources are saying we might be going to a third-round pick. Some other people are dropping hints that we might be moving on to a third-round pick to be our starter next week. So, Bri, I'll bring up to you. How many third-round quarterbacks have we drafted since 1999, and who are they?
Okay, very good. I like that.
All right. All right, let's
I got a couple.
Okay, let's do the Cleveland headlines, and let's talk about the shit show that happened Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock in Detroit, Michigan. All right, Bri. I don't even want to talk about it. I feel so disinterested in the Cleveland Browns right now. Like we lost again. Hey, we lost in great Cleveland Brown fashion. A punt return for a touchdown, 2 interceptions. The only one that actually did anything on offense was Judkins. And Fanning, even though Fanning dropped a pass that was right in the breadbasket that Flacco couldn't have dropped. Brian, we don't have offensive tackles. Flacco was hit 13 times, right? 13 times. And he was the most pressured quarterback on Sunday and Monday and Thursday. Most pressured quarterback. Defense did what they could. But, Brian, there's only so much you can do when, hey, just like the Baltimore game, they scored, 17 points within 40 yards because of turnovers, punt returns, and the other blunders that are going on with the Cleveland Browns. Bri, how did you enjoy this game on Sunday?
Different week, same story. It's turnovers and it's special teams that doom this team now for 3 out of 4 games. And it's just so crazy that that it has that big of an impact, special teams, because who really thinks of special teams is deciding a football game? Maybe if 2 teams are so closely matched, but what we've seen, games get out of control when your special teams are not doing what they're supposed to do, and when you're turning the ball over, even just 2 or 3 times. It depends on where the other team takes over, but that just can completely derail the game. And then one big play like a punt return for the touchdown is the nail in the coffin. So, yeah, we've been dealing with it all year, and the offense just does not get any better. If anything, it gets worse. And I've been the guy who said, pump the brakes on Joe Flacco, who, when he went on his magical run, I said, yeah, appreciate that. That was great, but that's not the real Joe Flacco. He played better in that 4 or 5 game stretch against teams that didn't have much to play for or started their backup quarterback. He played really well against those teams. But now at the start of the season, when we're playing difficult teams, difficult defenses, he just looks like a shell of himself, a shell of what he was a couple years ago. Now, so 2 years ago, I think he wasn't as good as he was playing. So let me say this: he's not as bad as he's been playing over the last couple weeks. And I think if you look back at the tape, Now he still has these terrible turnovers. He still has to take care of the ball in the pocket. If you feel pressure, do what Peyton Manning does. Just go down for a sack. That's much better than trying to make something happen and then losing the football and then they get, a short field. I think he had 2 fumbles and maybe got back on top of one of them. But that's just
they were hitting him like an Oreo sandwich, both the left side and the right side, and it was like, hey, Flacco's in the middle, pancake, and another one, pancake. It was like he was playing pinball out there.
Yeah, he's not getting any help from many people. He had a few nice passes when he was able to stay upright, and guys are dropping it. They're not perfectly throwing balls, but they're pretty darn good considering the pressure that he's under. But yeah, our tackles are not NFL tackles. I think I heard out of 80 tackles in the NFL, we have the one who's dead last, 80th out of 80 by Pro Football Focus or whoever charts this stuff out. We have the 80th tackle and like the 74th tackle. So these aren't even second string guys. These are third string guys, which goes back to my comment last week. How bad does Tevin Jenkins have to be to where you don't even try him out there? A guy who has NFL tackle experience in this league, and from what I remember, didn't look terrible. Cannot look any worse than the 80th best tackle in the NFL. Why wouldn't you at least try to throw him out there? It makes no sense to me. And they're so bad that they ended up trading for a guy from the Texans who I remember at Alabama. I thought he was projected to be a first-round draft pick, but I guess he fell to the second round. And I played for the Jaguars, I think, first for a couple of years, and then went to the Texans, and we didn't really give up much for him, which kind of makes me rethink, well, how good is he anyways? Because if the Texans are giving up on him, I don't know if he starts for them, if he plays for them, but based on us only giving up a 6-rounder and that's about it, like a pick swap, 6th and 7th rounders with them. He can't be that good. I'm guessing he's on his last year for his contract, but the Texans' offensive line isn't very good. So, but he can't be worse than what we're dealing with. So they have to do something. Be it Cam Robinson, I think he's probably going to play this week. Put him on one side, hope that Conklin comes back. But if you can't count on Conklin, you have to throw Tevin Jenkins out there and see what you have. Like he cannot be worse than what we're dealing with. So, with Dylan Gabriel, hasn't been confirmed yet if he's playing, but he gives you a little more mobility. But it doesn't really give me a ton of confidence that things are going to change a whole lot unless he just comes out and he just impresses the hell out of all of us. This offense is broken. Guys are still going to have to catch the ball for him. Guys are going to have to block for him. We're going to have to get the offensive line and the running game going because things don't get much easier this week. If not, they might get a little bit more difficult with the Vikings defense. They're probably a little better than what we dealt with last week with the Lions. So, good luck to Dylan Gabriel because this is a hell of a week to throw him in there and traveling and your internal body clock and everything and throwing out there a new tackle. There's a lot of moving parts for the Browns this week, and it's going to be pretty tough for him to adjust and see his first action. But at this point, what do the Browns have to lose? You're putting up 10 points a week. And now, if we want to talk about the good, we talk about the first drive, and reminds me of Stefanski seasons of the past where we're great on the first drive, opening drive of the year, and then we just can't do anything else the rest of the game, and that's exactly what it looked like.
He can't adjust to what's going on.
Map it out. He's great at mapping out plays, but then when you have to, feel out the game and figure out how to adjust, like you said, he just can't do it, or the players can't do it, or I don't know. Sad.
Like Brian, and I'll get into Cam Robinson here in a second because I have a theory on Cam Robinson. But I'm tired of seeing guys like Jerry Jeudy. One of those interceptions was Jerry Judy's fault. And you can't say it wasn't. Laying on the ground, throwing your hands up at the referee, like, oh, it was a flag. Tackle the guy. He's right there in front of you. Fight for the ball. What are you doing? Isaiah Bond quitting on a route. Just completely quitting on a route. That could have been like a fourth interception on that one. I'm tired of seeing, now granted, Isaiah Bond, our rookies right now are looking better than the rest of the team. And that's sad. That is sad, right? Mason Graham still looked good. Schlesinger looked good. Fanning looked good. Judkins looked good. Isaiah Bond caught a couple really good passes from Joe
Leading
Flacco.
receiver.
And I'm just sitting here watching this like, where is everybody else right now? Like, it just seems to me like this offense just doesn't want to do anything. Like, they can't get open. And when they do get open, they can't catch the ball. I saw probably, I'm going to say 6 passes from Flacco that were, dare I say, almost perfect passes. And they were either dropped or just not even caring about it. Like the one to Fanning, I feel bad because Fanning should have had that. That was dropped right in it. I mean, it went right between his damn arms and fell on the ground. You had Tillman drop another pass. You had Jeudy doing whatever. Hey, love Jeudy. Hey, I make those catches in practice. I don't give a shit about practice. Make them in the game. But my theory about Cam Robinson is, Brian, and you're going to love this theory because it's a conspiracy theory. I think that Andrew Berry called up the GM down there in Texas and said, hey, we took a bullet for you guys. You gave us a shit quarterback. You fleeced us. We gave you 3 first-round picks, and we gave this guy $230 million. You're going to throw us a bone here a little bit. Throw us a little bone. And that's how Cam Robinson come into play.
I'm sure the 0-3 Texans were just dying to help out the Browns.
It was a shot in the dark. I don't know. Like,
Right,
yeah. I even joked around with you. Where's Jed Wills? Let's kick the tire on Jed Wills again. Where's he at? Bring him back from Japan or wherever the fuck he's from.
That's what I thought. Somebody said he's in Japan now or something. They'd like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what you start thinking. Like, well, Jed Wills was not great, but he wasn't this bad. Like, can't we get him back and throw like $1 million at him? Get him back. Like, there's got to be somebody who's better. But it's been a nightmare. I mean,
it's been bad, Brian. It's just bad. And the thing is the Lions didn't play that great. Like, if you look at the standing, I think we kept their leading rushers. No, I know Gibbs got a lot of yards.
Gibbs kind of got off on us a little bit. But Dave Montgomery had like 12 yards.
Yeah, and that's the one that killed me. So Jared Goff threw for 168, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Gibbs had 91 yards. Everybody else, like you said, 12 yards. St. Brown was the only one that hurt us receiving wise for 10 receptions for 70 yards. And then Laporta was next with 3 for 40. But we just couldn't do anything on offense to Judkins 20 carries for 82 yards. And then the other thing is, Bri, you're down on the goal line, and Flacco can't get his 6'8" ass in the end zone when you're on the inch-yard line. We ran 2 tush pushes. It wasn't even a tush push.
Right.
It fell over.
The fact that they ran that a second time when you got minimal yardage the first time, like, what are you doing? Yeah, just give it to Judkins and put Hutchinson and Huntington in there, and just let them blow it up, because that's how we got our touchdown last week. That's how we got our touchdown this week. But we're trying to get cute on the goal line. Do that 4 times. Huntington and Judkins, just run it right up the middle. We have way more success with that than a 40-year-old quarterback trying to fall over and throwing it to a backup center.
Well, and then now we get the news that Tillman is on injured reserve. We signed LeVar Vadan from the practice squad, and somebody else that I can't even pronounce his damn name. But also our kick returner. Oh, God, what's his last name, Bri?
Carter.
Carter's injured now with a little bit of a knee injury. Myles Garrett, I mean, if you just look at them when they quit, and they quit, sat on the bench, game's over, they put in the second string. You got Myles Garrett sitting on the bench just shaking his head, disbelief. He's still pissed off. But hey, guess what? You got your money, Myles. I'm so glad you got your money. Bet you're enjoying this season, aren't you? Probably should have just went for the trade and went somewhere else. But nope, you're here with us for the rest of your career. Get ready. It's going to be great.
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to overreact because this is what I expected. I mean, I didn't expect the defense to be this good. I didn't expect the offense to be this bad. But this is, 1-3 through 3 games. I would have said, yeah, that's probably what I expect. 1-4, 1-5 through 5 games, 6 games. Yeah, okay. Sounds about right.
Then what the hell were we trying to prove with throwing fucking Flacco out there then? What were
I
we
told
trying to
you,
prove, right?
didn't I tell you in the summertime, like we're just spinning our wheels, having a 40-year-old quarterback in there? I told you why. They're trying to prove to their veterans that they're trying to win. If you throw out a 5'10"
Veterans
third-round
aren't that
quarterback,
stupid.
yes, let's have hindsight. 2020, people still believed in Joe Flacco 1 month ago. People thought Flacco fever, take us to the playoffs, 4-1, beating up on Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Siemian and Case Keenum. They believed that's our guy. Now he's turned into a pumpkin, and people can't understand what did we ever see in Joe Flacco. Well, it's not hard to take back 1 month ago to what people believe Joe Flacco could be, and I told you, pump the brakes. He's not that. He's like I said, he's not as good as he was a couple years ago. He's not as bad as he's looked the last couple weeks. But at this point, I think the veterans have been shown. Okay, we tried it with Joe Flacco. He looks terrible. How could we be much worse with Dylan Gabriel? So they're like, yeah, we got to try something else because this Joe Flacco thing just isn't working out. So let's try something else. 10 points isn't going to win us many games. And so I think the veterans are okay with trying. I can't imagine there's many veterans in that locker room that are standing on the table saying you can't take Joe Flacco out anymore. Had you done that a month ago, you'd have had a lot of guys that were pissed off if you were starting a third-round rookie who's undersized, who was overdrafted.
Brian, it's just a vicious cycle. I'm just tired of the cycle.
It's
the thing that
fast. Wake me up when April ends.
And I get what you're saying, and I want to be the kind of fan that roots for their team. Granted, I know they're going to be a shit show. Right? I get it. But like even texting you are like, hey, keep it up, we'll get the first round pick. Keep it up, we'll get the first round pick. The fuck is that going to guarantee us anymore, Bri? The last first round pick we had is playing his ass off in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, like, nothing. There's no guarantees in football. That's what people have trouble understanding.
Until this organization, now granted, I believe that so far, now granted it's a small sample size, this is probably Andrew Berry's best draft class.
Oh, without a doubt. Without question.
So far.
I can declare that already.
Okay. With that being said, Bri, look me in the face. Do you trust Andrew Berry to pick your next quarterback next year?
I told you it keeps me up at night. It gives me nightmares. The fact that Andrew Berry settled on Dylan Gabriel as being the best option for rookie quarterbacks for this year. He looked at the whole slate of this past year. You could have had anybody other than Cam Ward, and he came up with Dylan Gabriel as the best option for the Cleveland Browns. That scares the hell out of me, especially knowing the affinity for short quarterbacks in this season or in this city that this organization has had over the last 10, 15 years. And to me, they've all failed. And now people are going to throw Baker Mayfield in my face, but he failed here. I don't know. Maybe fail is too strong of a word. Fail's a little harsh, but I don't believe he could have ever taken us where we wanted to go. He could have taken us to relevancy. And if that's your goal, to be relevant, then I guess he succeeded in that. But like I said, he's not beating the elite quarterbacks on a consistent basis.
All right. Now I want to bring up to you. So it does sound like supposedly their sources allegedly he is going to start in London. Right? This is where I come to you because you have talked to me multiple times about kickers and other people playing in other stadiums and not their home stadium to start out with. I think this is almost the best opportune time to play Dylan Gabriel. You want to know why, Bri? I know Browns fans travel, but if this was a home game and he went out there and he sucked it up like Joe Flacco, Bri, the Boo Birds would be coming out. Car batteries would be thrown onto the field. You know, little troll dolls would be matched around too. Like, I think this is the best opportunity for him to play on the road in London because at that point in time, it's just football, Bri. It's just football. You're over there overseas. It's a 9 o'clock in the morning game. At least for us, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's not for them. And I understand time and everything else over there. You know, jet lag. I get it. But I think this might be best for him to be over there playing in London in a neutral environment. Supposedly, there is a lot of Browns fans in London, but a neutral environment and see what this kid can do because I really think that this will help him out getting this first game under his belt away from the NFL craziness. Now, I know the fans in London are crazy to begin with. They're soccer hooligans. But I think this might be good for him, Bri. Do you agree with me?
I understand where you're coming from, that it's not going to be, he might not be under as much scrutiny being a game over there, not having the diehard, crazy, drunk American fans. But I think so much about your success on Sunday can be attributed to your preparation throughout the week. And I think this is just a giant distraction, us going to London, us having not a normal week, flying overnight, and then also your time clock and everything, your inner clock. It's going to feel like he's playing at 9:30 in the morning. We're going to be playing the Vikings who have stayed over there, who have been acclimated to the time change already, who pretty much have a normal week as far as they're concerned. And then just also it's a difficult defense to go against. Brian Flores is, getting his flowers for being one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL again this year. So I think that's why I think this is a tough week for Dylan to take over and to kind of be the leader. Now, once you get to the game time and once you get on the field, like you said, football is football. But yeah, I think there's just so much that you're taking away from him as far as his preparation, as far as how he's going to feel, going into that game, and the confidence playing at a stadium that he's not familiar with. Yeah, I think that's just going to be a challenge for him. But yeah, once he gets into the swing of things, it's going to be us versus them. Like I mentioned, our major issues at tackle. I think that's going to play a part in it, and that's not great. Our wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy, you have. Other than that, you got a lot of unproven guys that aren't really professionals in the NFL.
Do we even really have Jerry Jeudy, Bri? Do we really even have Jerry
Well,
Jeudy?
I'm trying to give Jerry Jeudy the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
As he's been a veteran in this league for 6 or 7 years. So he at least, other than Jerry Jeudy, what's our wide receiver room look like? A lot of guys that we're excited about, but they have no experience in the NFL. This is who he's throwing to. Other than David Njoku, that's the other guy that, probably is going to get peppered with targets. Same with Fannin, probably 7-yard outs. I feel like it's just going to be, we're going to be having the same conversations that we did when Baker was starting out. Mm-hmm. Even Baker for the first year and a half. You have to scheme things up to benefit your quarterback. Lots of rollouts, lots of play actions, lots of screens. You're just going to have to manufacture offense that way because he's not going to be able to read the defense. We'll take 1 or 2 shots, down the field. But yeah, I'm not expecting, especially with him being a 5'10" quarterback, you can't call the same plays for Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. You have to almost scheme open windows, throwing windows for him, or roll him out more, and that could play to the Browns' advantage because Joe Flacco so slow.
Can't roll out anymore.
Right, you couldn't do that with Flacco. So
that wasn't even a rollout, Bri. That was like a mile walk. That was a power walk over there.
Yeah, Sunday stroll. But yeah, it's kind of what we did with Baker, and Baker had success doing all these rollouts. I still remember the conversations we had with Baker. Like, you get him out in space, you have a naked bootleg to where he can get out and he can be all by himself and read the field on the side. That's where he was at his best in a Browns uniform. And I could see them doing that with Gabriel, and maybe he has success doing it that way. My issue with that is the same issue I had with Baker. It's just not sustainable. You can't do that and win games for a long period of time. But for a couple weeks, when the defense doesn't really have tape on Dylan Gabriel and a Kevin Stefanski's offense, yeah, we could have success. He could provide us with a spark this week.
All right. Chris brought up a great point. Kenneth Gainwell put 100 yards on the Vikings. We got to run the ball, Brian. But the bad thing is we have an offensive line that cannot block anything. So I would love to run the ball as much as possible, but we can't do that because we don't have the offensive line.
Okay. We're okay. We're running the ball. We're okay with. What do you say Judkins had? 20 for 94, something like that?
Yes.
So that's like 4.6 yards per carry. So that's not terrible. They just need to do that more. The problem is he's the only between the tackle runner that we really have. Ford can do it a little bit, but like we've talked in the past, he's a boomer bust guy, and Sampson is kind of small. He's closer to the Ford size than the Judkins size. So really, Judkins is the only guy you can hammer between the tackles. So I don't know. What's the other guy? Rocket Sanders or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe you could throw him a couple carries or something. Try to wear this defense down because you have to have ball control when you're playing a great defense like the Vikings. And did I hear a stat correctly that the Browns have thrown the ball more than any other team in the NFL?
Probably.
If that's correct, that's a terrible game plan. It's just you need to play ball control. When you have this great of a defense and this terrible of an offense, you want to wear down their defense, and you just do that with running the ball, and that's just I don't know.
But that's not what Stefanski does, though. He says that he is a play action, want to run the ball first kind of team, 2 tight ends, all that stuff, and yet we still have a quarterback that throws for 40 fucking passes, Bri.
And 4 turnovers. It's crazy. I would rather lose 20-10. And just run the ball 40 times.
The way I see it, I would if Gabriel starts on Sunday, and if he does, I would look at Gabriel right now and be like, you're only passing the ball maybe 25 times. That's it. That's all you're passing it. And I would do the whole Junkins, Ford, Sampson, Isaiah Bond. Hey, let's jet sweeps, tight end sweeps, fanning out of the backfield, Wildcats. I don't care. I don't understand. I can see other quarterbacks not throwing the ball 50 times and they're still winning. But for us, it seems like every time, we're a running team. We're a run-first team. Are we? Because it seems like every week it's 35 or more pass attempts.
Well, and if I'm Kevin Stefanski, I would go take a close look at the Giants and the Chargers game from this past week because that's your formula to win. Mm-hmm. The Giants were major underdogs, starting a rookie quarterback who doesn't have much experience, who really can't throw. He's not going to come in and be Cam Newton and throw for 400 yards his first start. But they ran him a little bit. They gave him easy reads. They ran him. They utilized his mobility, and they put up like 21 points or something like that. So they weren't setting the world on fire. but they played ball control and they utilized the mobility for their young quarterback to where he's not just going to sit back in the pocket and get hammered all the time. So yeah, I think that's what you have to do. And the defense is going to handle their business. They're going against Carson Wentz, so they're probably going to hold him under 20 points if you don't hand them a couple turnovers and give them punt return for a touchdown or a block kick or something like that. So defense will do their part as long as you don't shoot yourself in the foot.
All right, we got to talk real quick, Bri, about Bubba Ventrone. It seems like every week there's another special teams, whether it be blunder, a gaffe,
wild.
whatever. Like,
always a different way,
right?
too.
Crazy. It's either,
this week is going to be a kick return for a touchdown. That's about the only
is
thing
that what it is?
That's what we haven't had. That's the box that they haven't checked yet. We've had blunders all over the place, but that's the only one that you haven't given up yet.
How about this, Bri? I'll chip in $5 holla. You chip in $5 holla, and we'll put in for a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Kick return for a touchdown. I wonder
For
what
the
the odds
Vikings.
are for that. Yeah,
It's got to be.
good odds.
It's got to be plus 2,000, right?
If they've watched any Browns games, it's probably plus 800. They're probably reading the room the same way we are.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, Brian. Now, have they announced is JJ McCarthy back or is he out?
I'm pretty sure he's out. I don't even know if he made the trip because when he got hurt, he was out for 2 to 4 weeks. So
Okay.
I'd be surprised if he played.
Just curious, because I mean they're laying over. They played in Dublin on Sunday, and they're laying over and doing London on this Sunday. So, God, the Steelers beat them. Fucking Steelers, Brian. I'm over the Steelers.
So
All
lucky.
right, Brian, I know, Brian. What are your score predicts for this week? And give me a player to watch out for this week, bud.
Well, gosh, it's Carson freaking Wentz. If we just don't turn the ball over or don't turn it over terribly, I'm going to say the defense holds them to 17 points.
Okay.
Problem is, I think the Browns only get 13.
Well, Bri, so far, and what is it, 4 games now, whatever it is, the Browns are averaging 14 points. So guess what? I'm going to give them 14 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Minnesota 21. And they're going to win on that kick return, Bri.
Wouldn't that be something?
Hey. All right, let's go over the rest of the NFL schedule as we're doing our picks, because we're going to do the primetime picks. You got the Niners versus the Rams Thursday night, Bri, at LA. Who you got?
I think I got the Rams. I think Brock Purdy hurt himself again, re-aggravated his injury, and Mac Jones is maybe dinged up a little bit too, so it's hard to trust their quarterback. So give me the Rams.
I agree with you on that one. Give me the Rams also. They are playing great football right now. Sunday night, 8:20, Bri. Patriots at Buffalo.
Oh, easy Buffalo pick there. 5-0.
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo too. And then Monday night, 8:15, the Chiefs at the Jaguars.
Oh, Chiefs at Jaguars. That'll probably be pretty good. That's good news for the Browns because the Jaguars are 3-1. We need them to start losing some games.
Yeah, guess what pick they have? If everything ends today, guess what pick the Browns have, Bri?
Oh, it's got to be in the 20s, right? 3-1.
Hey, Bri, 22.
22. Oh, yeah.
They have a great track record. Have a great track record with 22. Great.
Go ask that homeless guy who we should draft at 22 again. He's pretty good with that.
Who you got, the Chiefs or the Jags? I'll go first, Bri. I got the Jags in this one at home.
Oh, well, we differ there. I got the Chiefs. I think Chiefs keep rolling and give us something to cheer about as Browns fans.
All right. Now,
rooting for Patty Mahomes.
We haven't done it yet because I got my ass kicked this week, but we have to do the illegal ham to the face fantasy football update. All right, Bri, you whooped my ass Big Bry beat Waddle That Smith and Jigba 167 to 129. Runner beat Always Next Year 184 to 143. Bills Mafia beat Up One Team Big Meat 125-94. Portage County Prostitutes beat the Golden Showers 172 to 131. Dog Pound beat Honky Cat 172 to 152. Wow. And our final match, Harold Keel beat Justin 95 to 93. As your matchups right now, here's the league standings. In first place, again, for the second year in a row so far after 4 weeks, Portage County Prostitutes have 4-0. We have Runner, Dog Pound, Big Bride, Bills Mafia, Harold at 3-1. We have Always Next Year in Golden Showers, 2-2. Team Big Meat at 1-3. And then you have Honky Cat, Waddle That Smith and Jigba, and Your Name Sucks, all at 0-4 right now.
I'm looking for my belt here. 3-1. I'm liking that.
I'm surprised. Why is it not hanging on the bed every time you come on?
I don't know.
You should be wearing that thing like a dog chain right now.
Yeah,
I'd be coming in like Macho Man Randy Savage. I'd be like, oh yeah, look at it. Look at it, Pride.
It wasn't bad. I'm getting infiltrated with a lot of Macho Man impressions, and that one wasn't bad. There's a couple really good ones out there, though.
Hey, I gotta get my glasses too. Yeah, you gotta watch out for them, man.
Okay.
Mean Gene.
Gotta get the fingers going too. Yeah.
Someone messed with Elizabeth, and
it's Elizabeth. Pick up your toys. Gotta get like you're about to yell, but you don't. You want to keep it. Everybody, yeah.
That's great. It sounds
I've been
like
working. It's not perfected yet.
Hey, we're going to get on that. That's great. That is great right now. And Justin said he's last. Justin picked the Rams, Bills, Jags, and he picked the 28-10 Purple People Eaters. Guess the Browns aren't winning 11 games this year, Bri. They just
has he flipped already?
They turned Justin's dreams into nightmares. That's where we're at right now, Bri.
Was he a big Flacco guy? Did he think he'd recreate the magic, I guess?
No, I don't think he was. Only time Fatty is slim is when he was snapping into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Forgot about that.
Snapping into a Slim Jim.
Oh, those are terrible. Slim Jims are the worst.
I don't care.
It's like doing on shoelaces.
Hey, I get the one with Tabasco every now and then. A little kick to it. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I eat them.
Okay.
I eat them. All right, well, let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday. Now we're talking about food, buddy. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
Gotta love Fat Boy Tuesday. Look, Brian just bombed his. Brian, it's fall time, buddy. You know what that means? That means pumpkin spice, cookies, apple cider, apple pie moonshine,
beer, pumpkin beer.
Pumpkin beer. Okay, I have never had a pumpkin beer.
It's not bad.
Is it? Okay.
Oh,
All right, let's talk. Let's talk about some of our favorite fall foods, Bri.
Oh boy!
Like for you, I know it's apples. I know it's apple cider. You know, you get the maple side tag to your family's name.
Caramel apples. We went to a farmer's market on Saturday, and 3 caramel apples. We just finished the last one today before I came on here. Yeah, really good.
Did you know, I believe it's in New Cumberstown. I can't remember the name of it. Is it Tasty Apples? They did all the caramel apples down in New Cumberstown, Ohio. And we would drive by there all the time. And you get you get the 3-pack. It's all in a plastic one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then always the Granny Smith ones too. Give you that little bitter with a sweet as soon as you bite into that one.
So there's a company down here, and the owner and his wife used to work at Mapleside, and they've started their own apple companies called Candy Apple Company, and that's where we got these from. They have, gosh, probably 40 or 50 different types of caramel apples. So if you're a caramel apple, I forget some of the kinds are just wild.
Show your work.
Go check them out on their
You keep
website.
talking. What is it?
Candy Apple Company, Candy Apple Co. In Medina. Hopefully they have them all listed. I've gotten a key lime pie one, which was kind of a little different, but kind of right up my alley. This past week we just got the normal one with nuts. We got a Reese's peanut butter one. And the other one was like a pretzel crunch one. But they had a Sprite one. Like they go, yeah, like out there, but every one that I've had is delicious. But and now at the farmers markets, they sell them for a deal, $5 each. Usually they're like $9 for a caramel apple.
All right. And share screen. And all specialty apples. Now, hey, we're just going to talk caramel apples tonight, Bri. Because guess what?
Oh, okay.
There it is. All right, so they got
all the flavors.
Oh yeah, so an almond joy, that looks good.
Yeah,
a bacon apple. Shut your face.
I'm telling you, they got like 40 or 50.
All right, banana cream pie, banana split, berry granola. That sounds good.
What's the blue one?
The blue one is Blue Moon and a blue raspberry slushy. The bickering is this one right here in between the blue ones. You have blueberry cheesecake. Shut up. Blueberry pie. Bomb pop. They have a Buckeye apple?
Oh, what? Absolutely. We used to have those at Mapleside. Yeah, those are really good.
And a dark chocolate Butterfinger. Oh my God, Brian, is there anything better than a Butterfinger?
They're located just off the square here in Medina. So you have to go check them out. I don't know. They might give free samples. I don't know.
They might need to be a sponsor for Illegal Ham to the Face with this lineup.
Well, like I said, I know the owner, Hans. Shout out to Hans.
Well, you better talk to them and be like, hey, we will sell apples on our show because these look fantastic. Cake batter, caramel peanut, cherry picker, Chex Mix, Chinese 5-spice, chocolate chip cookie dough. There's a load more. Bri, I had to load more. Okay.
I mean, we might be looking at a 2-hour show at this point if we're going to go through all.
I'll quickly go through them.
Well, just pick out the ones that sound good.
Okay.
Give me your favorite on each line.
Ooh, Cocoa Pebbles.
There you go. Yeah, my wife would probably really like that.
Let's see here. Cookies and cream. All right.
Sure.
I'll get down with that. Dark chocolate almond. Oh, there's a dark chocolate M&M.
Yep.
Okay. Dark chocolate pecan. Dark chocolate with sprinkles. We're loading the page again. Okay. Espresso bean. That's a different flavor.
It's almost like ice cream, where you could just have these different flavors. But yeah, shout out to them for the creativity.
Freaking fishbowl with goldfish on it. Fruity
right?
Pebbles, ginger snap.
Wild.
Okay, so here's the key lime pie. All right,
yep.
I see that one. Kit Kat, lemonade, Lucky Charms. Here we go. Load more. Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh, is that a creamsicle?
Nacho average apple.
Nacho. All right.
Nacho cheese on that one. Nutter butters.
Yeah, I've had that one. That one's good.
Peanut brittle crunch. Peanut butter cup. Jeez. Pistachio. Pina colada. Peanut butter pretzel.
Yep.
Raisinets. Oh my God, my wife would love that one. Oh my God. I'm starting to drool, Bri. Summertime splash. I've got a gummy bear on it.
It's worth the trip.
Not bad price either. Are they big apples, Bri? We're here at the end now.
I mean,
I
would say they're somewhere between a baseball and a softball.
Okay. That's not
So
bad.
not quite as big as a softball.
I mean, they average
Slightly bigger than a baseball.
They average about $7 an apple, $8 an apple.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with that, man. Brian, you have
It's worth it.
Looks like
Sure.
we're gonna make a trip down to Medina.
Absolutely. I wish I would have told you about it sooner because you could have come to the farmers market. I think the last one was this past Saturday, so I don't know if they have that deal anymore. $5 for an apple.
Oh my God, you gotta let me know. We gotta find out. And by the way,
Next
reach
year.
out to them. Reach out to them. There's a fat guy in North Olmsted. What's sponsorship? And you just pay him with candy apples.
There you go. I'm telling you. So we had 3 in 3 days, so they go fast.
My God, that looks delicious, Brian. Thank you for bringing that up. Well, guess what? Fat Boy Tuesday's over with now because I got to go place an online order with the candy, all specialty apples from the Candy Apple Company.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's quickly do our top 3 and then we'll finish out trivia and we'll close out our show. Brian, you ready?
Yes, sir.
So it is that time of year. It is fall, Bri. And I know that we talk crockpot foods all the time because you and I both love crockpot foods. But I want to know your top 3 crockpot foods. And I will give you my top 3. And if you want me to go first, I would love to.
Please.
Because tonight, number 3, we had it tonight. You got that chuck roast with the taters and carrots in there and some onions. So give me that beef roast. It's pretty much beef stew. Let's just put it that way. It's
beef stew. Okay.
Number 2, and this is a fun one that I have found for my family, and I liked it a lot. It is kielbasa and cabbage, Bri. Take a head of cabbage, kind of chunk it up, throw in some kielbasa, a little bit of apple cider vinegar to make it kind of taste like kraut. And then you just cook that thing in the crock pot until that cabbage gets just fall apart. And just sausage and cabbage. And my number 1, Bri, and here it goes. Beef smoked sausage, taters, and green beans in a crock pot. Just hop it right in a bowl.
Smoked sausage, taters, and green beans?
Yes. So you take you kind of cube up the taters, big cubes. Couple cans of green beans and some beef smoked sausage, throw it in there. And just a little bit of chicken broth, and plus use the green bean juice. Rule of thumb, gotta use green bean juice with that. And let it cook. And Bri, just quick meals, quick easy meals when you get home, especially when you have a family. Now you're starting to get to the point where, Princess is going to start getting bigger. You guys are going to come home and dinner will be made when you get home. Nothing like just throwing something in a crock pot and get it done. I know Chris, his favorite is his garlic parmesan chicken that him and my sister do. And he's got the recipe for that. What about you? What are your top 3 crock pot meals?
Well, that just reminded me of a crock pot meal I made like last year, 2 years ago with just like dried noodles, chicken, cream cheese, and like Italian dressing. And you just throw it in there and you just let it cook. That was awesome. But you went heavy with like the hearty meals. My mind went to like appetizers. So I got just all appetizers kind of on mine. And I was going to put down mac and cheese because I don't know if you ever had like mac and cheese in the crock pot, but it might be better than the oven. I don't know. I mean, the breadcrumbs that you can do in the oven, that's pretty good. That's tough to beat. But don't sleep on mac and cheese crock pot. So the 3 I got, I had to throw the meatballs in there.
Yes.
Because it's just easy. It's a classic. I'm going to enjoy it every single time. So that's number 3. Number 2, yeah, a lot of people do it in crock pots. You could do it in the oven too. But where my mind went was buffalo chicken dip in a crock pot. So that's my number 2. My number 1 then would be pretty much I've only seen it in crock pots, and I don't get it that much. My aunt used to make it a lot for family functions, but bean dip, the beans, the cheese, maybe you throw some ground up meat in there or something like that, and
Mhm.
just dipping the chips nonstop, and throw a big old glob on your plate. So yeah, all appetizers for me on this end.
Honorable mention, my mom's buttery garlic parsley potatoes.
Mm, it's
And
not bad.
she uses like the whole baby potatoes that you get, like, go to GFS and get a huge can
Oh
of
yeah.
those. Butter, garlic, just oh yeah, those end up good.
Mm.
Also, Bride, don't forget, sleep on an appetite, chili cheese con queso. Little chili cheese
Oh,
dip.
for sure. Yeah,
Oh
that's
god, yeah.
that's similar to like a bean dip.
Oh yeah.
But yes, that's really good.
Oh god. Now I'm excited because I can't wait to get into this roast. I haven't eaten yet. And I'm super excited. They had it on sale at Giant Eagle. I had to get it, Bry. I
Well,
had to
of
get it.
course.
It's
Sure.
$5.99 a pound. I mean, how can you beat that price?
I got a lot of cake left over, so I'm gonna
Well,
be eating cake for the next couple days.
you're going to go sweet with that with your birthday. By the way, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah. So my mom made me a cake. My wife got a cake, and so I got chocolate cake and I got strawberry cake. So whatever mood I'm in here.
So strawberry with vanilla icing?
No, it's like strawberry icing with like the vanilla cake, and then in between the two cakes is like it's almost like a strawberry glaze.
Oh, so
So
you got like, okay, I know exactly what you got there. That sounds
so with the frosting, it can get a little too sweet, a little thick. So you got to take like half the frosting off.
okay.
But yeah, really good.
All right. Well, happy birthday, bud. What are you now? 56? 57? 58?
Close enough. Yeah, close in some ballpark.
All right, let's do our trivia and then we'll get out of here. Try to get creative with chuck roast, beef stew, good very up, pot roast sandwiches,
Mm-hmm.
long
That sounds
simmer all
good.
day, beef stroganoff. Oh, I didn't even think about beef stroganoff. Another one, one last one, and then one. Italian sausage with the peppers and onions and some marinara sauce in that crock pot. Get you some. Oh yeah. Okay. Last one. Sorry, I get excited about food, buddy. You know that.
Can I just say I love the way that you say sausage because you say it like
Sausage.
Chris Farley and the super fans. Polish sausage.
Sausage. Gotta
That's
have
what I
the
think.
sausage.
Whenever you say sausage, I think of Chris Farley.
As he's sitting there going like this.
Ugh. Just having a heart attack. Sausage.
Sausage. All right, Brian. Trivia I got for you is we're about to start our third round rookie. Brian, who are the other third round quarterbacks that the Browns have selected?
Jeez. So other than Dylan Gabriel, the only one that I know for sure was third round was Colt McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down Luke McCown, but I think he was fourth round.
He was.
Man, if I could just have more time to think about this, I probably would have got. How many more do I need?
2.
2 more third round picks for the Browns. I'm gonna kick myself when I hear them.
I'll give you a hint on one.
Charlie Fry.
Charlie Fry. There you go.
Was that the one you were going to give me a hint on?
No, it was not.
Okay. All right. I'll take the other hint for the last one.
All I really had was turkey sandwiches and baby carrots.
Oh, Cody Kessler was a third rounder.
Yes, he was.
Oh, what terrible.
Charlie Fry was
track.
pick 67, Colt McCoy 85, and Cody Kessler 93. And guess what? They all started for us. And guess what? You got another one coming, Bry. Here we go. Dylan Gabriel time.
Maybe it'll turn out better. Who was the best out of them? Colt McCoy is probably the best out of all those, right?
Oh, it's got to be. Well, hold on. Charlie Fry didn't do bad, did he?
I can't remember. It was 20 years ago.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Charlie Fry was, it was 20 years. Holy shit. Kaiser was a second round pick. Luke McCown was a fourth round pick.
It was a fourth round pick.
And then other than that, we've had 5 first round picks.
Oh, yeah.
Not turned out great for us.
Soon to be 6.
All right. We're here at the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please give us that like and subscribe. Bry, God bless them.
God bless you. God bless America.
All right. We want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Thank you guys so much. Normally I would say go Browns, but it's not looking like it's going to be a go Browns on Sunday. But
Go Guards.
Tuesday. Yeah, go Guards.
There you
Catch
go.
us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on Legal Ham to the Face and Network 2 and 6. We're definitely uncorked, unloaded. We're out. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a good night.